Welcome to the dumbest smart guy podcast on the planet. This is the Central Unintelligence Podcast. Oh yeah, baby. Welcome back to the first episode of 2025. And man, it sure has started with a bang, wouldn't you say there, good buddy?
I don't really know what you're talking about. Oh, wait. I do know what you're talking about. All the murders and what have you.
Yeah, you know, the murders and the terrorisms and what Tesla's exploding.
That one, that was a real interesting one. I don't know if that's what we're actually talking about in this episode because I wasn't informed in advance.
Well, no, it's in the thing.
Yeah, but is it one of the things?
That's like one of the many episodes that I said. Well, we're not going to talk about it right now, but I was just saying, boy, as it started off with a bang.
Okay.
So you can tune into that episode if you want to hear us talk about that. This episode is actually something different, and I feel like starting the new year, starting a new thing. And so, you know, I'm a fan of conspiracy theories and whatnot. So I decided that we were going to try something a little different here. And instead of just straight up starting a whole new podcast, we're just going to do like special episodes of it here and there for the month of January on this CUP and on No Party Preference. And just, if it gets more downloads or whatever than normal, then fuck it. I'm probably just going to make it its own thing. I'll probably just end up making its own thing anyway, just because, but especially since I already made all the bullshit for it. So anyways, but I made a special introduction for the theme song for what will be referred to as also funny story. Well, I'll tell the funny story maybe. I don't know if I should tell it on this or the BFN about why I originally had a different name, but then was taken, so I had to change it to something else. But I already wrote a full fucking theme song for it, so like I needed something that like rhymed or like went with it.
All right, I don't mean to detract from what you're talking about, but well, what's with all this? I don't remember seeing the sidebar on the side.
Oh, that was because I was I had effects. I think it was this, yeah. I just had the different rack up because I was using effects on the thing that I was making earlier.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, so now you're good. Now it's good. Back to normal, right? This is what I used to do.
I was just asking, like, what's all that?
Oh, it's giving you the input and the output in Adobe Audition.
Oh, I got you.
Anyways, all right. So without further ado, I'm gonna play the new theme song for fucking the new podcast called Conspiracy Enforcer.
New segment.
Right now, new segment.
Pending.
New segment on CUP and NPP. Pending results. All right, pending results. It may be a new podcast, but this is the theme song that I made. So here we go. I'm gonna play it and I'm gonna turn it up fucking loud so you can hear it on the thing. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it all the way or in its glory, but
I'm half expecting it to be kazoos and like weird shit.
Honestly, it's probably worse than that. Like, I really believe it's worse than that. But man, I leaned into it, and here we go. All right, here we go. To start us off, 2025. Here we go. It's time for the Conspiracy Enforcer. He'll go from Bigfoot to Dawn. If you got a touch of the tism or a brain aneurysm, he'll cover the Ice Falls Ferry and the Illuminati query. If you've got a screw loose, he's got that good juice. Someone call Hillary and warn her. Here comes the Conspiracy Enforcer. Yeah, suck my ball, buddy. I just enjoy making the most ridiculous shit ever. And like that, yeah, sure, that's terrible, but it's fucking hilarious. I don't give a fuck what anybody says.
I wasn't really expecting that.
That's funny.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know what to expect to begin with, so it literally anything would have shocked me.
Still shocking nonetheless.
Yeah.
So today on this segment of the conspiracy enforcer. And see, well, no, we'll do a BFN episode about why I had to change the name and stuff, because that's just funny and that's not really related. But anyways, today we're gonna talk about the new thing that's Dior Bags, which people referring to UFOs and UAPs on the internet as fucking luxury items to in code. I don't know where the fuck. Well, actually, I do know where the fuck this happened and why this started. But I don't fucking get this at all. People, no one's listening when you talk about fucking UFOs. Nobody gives a shit because of the simple fact that it seems it's crazy. So like, they don't need to censor you if you're talking about fucking UFOs. All right, it's like that deal from Futurama. They're like, oh yeah, that's crazy Bob. Like, we let him take some blurry pictures and fucking he's got one eye pointed the other direction. He goes blah, 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 blah. So they're like, yeah, that'll just make everybody think it's all bullshit anyways. Which, why? Oh yeah, of course. So there's this lady. She's like some reality star, and I guess I don't know why she decided her bank account must have been hurting and she needed some money, because like she took up the mantle of like conspiracy theory with these fucking UFOs or these UAPs in drones or whatever over on the East Coast, right?
You're making it sound like she went from being an OnlyFans model, and then once she dried up all that, she became like a Christian home wife. You know?
Yeah, this is the mainstream version of that.
She pivoted to doing conspiracy theories.
Yeah, you go from doing mainstream kind of normal shit to then all of a sudden, oh, now I'm gonna be the conspiracy lady. Because I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of ladies in conspiracy theory. So even though she hasn't branched in any other theories, it's only just been this thing. And so she said, I know that my account will be silenced and deleted because people's accounts have been deleted for talking about these drones. So I'm going to refer to the certain kind. So the regular basic looking drones, those are referred to as Dior bags. All right. That's what they call them. Dior bags. Okay. And then they've got the ones that are like the plasmoid things or whatever. Those, they call them Louis bags. All right. And then they got the ones, the ones that look like the eye with the angel wings, those ones that people say they fucking claim to see. They call those the Prada bags or whatever, all right? Man, that makes us look even fucking stupider. There's thousands of accounts now that have bought into this. And so that's taken over the timeline or the feed in terms of people talking about the drone stuff. It's all everybody referring to Dior bags, Prada bags, Louis bags. And at first I was like, how the fuck did I get all these like things for these goddamn fucking like I don't watch anything with Dior bags in it. Like, the fuck are they talking about? And I just started skipping through it, and then somebody said, oh, let me explain this Dior bag thing. And I'm like, yeah, good. Let me hear it. What's the explanation for why this bullshit is in my fucking timeline here? And it turns out that it's this reality lady, and that they explain that stuff. So I'm like, oh no, get the fuck out of here. That can't be real. And I looked it up, and sure as shit, I went on this lady's TikTok. All her posts are about the bags and her fucking theories that she believes that the aliens are coming, and or what did she call them? She called them the Dior bag occupants from somewhere else. That's, I think, what they refer to them as.
Do you think it's possible that she's not stupid and that she's doing this fully intentional ploy to distinguish herself from other conspiracy theorists, that doing this is part of the fun and people enjoy it, whether they believe it or not? It's entertaining to them, yeah. And they just bought in for it.
To a certain point, I think what she's trying to do, I agree with that to a certain point, but I think what her real objective is because she fell out of favor with the reality shit, right? Like, she kind of, it's like your old news. Like, if once you're on for so long, it's like, people don't really care anymore. But she's still known in those circles of like mainstream, right? So if you want to get back in with those people, honestly, instead of you trying to appease and change yourself to them, I think it's a much better option to bring something to them that they don't know about. And I'll tell you right now, the ladies who watch, who are probably her fan base or were her fan base at some point, they probably don't give two shits about these drones and fucking whatever. But when you come and explain it to them in a way where you use terms that they're familiar with, I feel like she's trying to bridge the gap to conspiracy theory and carve out a new niche amongst like the people who follow the housewives or whatever the fuck reality shit you wanna call it, right?
So you're not talking about just slice of life TikTok accounts where people are sharing a day in the life of. You're talking about people that are watching Vanderpump Rules and shit like that and giving their own breakdowns.
Well, yeah, that's who those her fan base is who she's trying to get back or bring into. Or if her fan base, it kind of wanes, it ebbs and flows, right? I think to bring people back and she's getting more eyes on her is okay, cool. Let me talk about some weird shit. And like, let me talk about some shit that they're not ever going to fucking have talked about on here before. And explain it in terms like, oh, they know what these rich people things are because they think these people, they think they're one of us or whatever. So like, I'm going to just bridge the gap here and provide the service of, well, let me talk to the 21 to like 45 fucking female, upper middle class person who watches this type of shit and loves it. And let me get them in on something. Let me pull them into something new. Let me suck them down a rabbit hole here. And then watch. I bet we'll start seeing in, a couple months, we'll start seeing her putting out Dior bag merchandise or, some sort of merchandise related to this or she'll start some new podcast where she discovers fucking conspiracy theories and brings them to the mainstream or some bullshit, right? That's what I think this is. I think this is maybe it is interesting to her at the same time, but I do think that there's an ulterior motive of like attempting to, get more people looking at her and to get people that are her fan base to be like, oh, well, this is something that I would not normally look at. And now you get them into that. Oh, cool. Like now I can go maybe down some other conspiracy theory rabbit holes with them and get them talking about shit. And then that's all it is. It's just creating like a buzz or whatever, right? Like that's what they do with it's like the fucking reality TV bullshit.
Yeah, it's kind of gimmicky because then if she starts revisiting that with other conspiracy theory topics, instead of handbags, it's clothing lines or whatever it might
Maseratis.
be. Maserati. Who the fuck knows? Whatever it might be, but making a codified language or lingo for substitutions for the actual thing, and then having people buy into the conspiracy theory that she herself could be silenced at any point so that's why she's doing all this.
Yeah, it's like creating like scarcity of yourself. Like, oh, I have to talk about this.
Or else before I get seized, before my account gets seized.
The Chinese government's going to shut down my fucking TikTok account because I was talking about UFOs in America. Oh, I'm sure they love this shit. I'm sure they're pumping your shit to the top of the algorithm right now.
You know what would be really hilarious is if people are oblivious to the fact that TikTok will be eventually shut down, and it'll be extremely coincidental that TikTok will be shut down, and then it'll further ingrain people to believe that, let's just say for that sake of for that specific topic about how China's going to silence her account. Well, it's like, oh, well, TikTok's going to eventually close. It's like, oh yeah, it was TikTok. Those sons of bitches. They closed my account. And not knowing if people are going to look this up or caring to read the news, but they buy into it.
True. Yeah. True. So I don't know, but anyways, that was just my interesting thing that I fucking was like, this is a good episode to do for because this is like this whole drone thing is this ridiculous conspiracy theory about what it actually is and what it isn't. There's so many conspiracy theories out there about it, and seeing someone of this, like, I don't know what level of celebrity this lady would be, maybe like a C-level celebrity, but like to see somebody try to like, oh, let me try to capture this. Let me try to get something out of this is what it seems like. And it's so disingenuous because it'll be like, okay, she'll like be just sitting down on her couch and be like, okay, now let me tell you something about this Dior bags today. And then she'll go on and like, it's like a vlog of her like explaining this shit. And it's just like, oh my God, I can't deal with this. Please don't ruin please don't ruin something that I enjoy. Don't fucking turn this into goddamn Housewives of Conspiracyville, all right?
So let's spill the tea on Dior bags.
Yeah, basically, like, that's what it is. And listen, I have this friend that works in the Dior bag factory, and they told me, like, you know, shit like that. It's like, come on, man. Please don't ruin it.
Why do you care so much?
Because, I love conspiracy theories, and, like,
So what?
I don't want
You don't have to look at it.
Yeah, I do. It's on my shit. It's everywhere. I can't not look at it.
No.
I mean, well, now, okay, because this happened a few weeks ago, and now, obviously, my timeline is with fucking terrorism now, but, like, that's different. So now I don't have to look at it anymore. That bitch is off my timeline. So are drones, because that's not hot anymore. And I'm curious to see... I'm curious to see if she's going to start giving conspiracy theories about the New Orleans attack and the fucking Cybertruck in front of Tesla fucking... or Trump Tower or whatever. So, which we're going to talk about on the next episode of CUP, which will be entitled New Orleans Attack and Trump Tower or whatever. So, you want to hear us go in depth about that. But I wonder if this lady's going to start talking about this shit. And I wonder if other DCE level celebrities are going to start jumping on the conspiracy train. Because, I mean, right now, I feel like there is a void in the market for conspiracy theories because Alex Jones is now going to become a government shill. So, he's not going to be talking about conspiracies anymore.
What do you mean a government shill?
Well, like we had said, he sucks Trump's balls. So as soon as fucking Trump takes office, well, now he's not going to be criticizing the government, talking about conspiracy theories. So, or he'll be there to say, "Oh, this is just from the fucking Illuminati coming after Trump." It'll just be that. Which that's nobody's listening to that shit. So, well, I mean, unless you're a Trump supporter. But anyways,
imagine if he ends up being press secretary.
I will say that'd be fucking hilarious. I will watch every White House press briefing without fail because that will be comedy gold. To see Alex Jones, and then when they start asking him stupid questions, they don't want to answer. No, God damn it! I'm gonna send the CIA and the black helicopters to your fucking house. If you want to shut up, I'm gonna get Joe Rogan over here. Oh man, what if he makes Joe Rogan the secretary? That'd be funny too.
Nah,
the secretary of stand-up comedy. See, this is when we get into idiocracy levels. All right, then you start having secretary of fucking Gatorade, secretary of fucking electrolytes. I don't know. Anyways, all right. Well, that's pretty much it. You got anything else to add on this thing? For the next episode of Conspiracy Enforcer, or the next special, it's going to be on No Party Preference, and it's going to be about a curious case. The curious case of... What the fuck was that guy's name again? Man, I just forgot it. Adrian Dittman. The curious case of Adrian Dittman.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Oh man, you're in for a fucking ride. All right, let me just tell you,
he's not even a real person.
I can't wait. I can't fucking wait to do this episode. We're gonna do one more episode of CUP, I think, and then we're gonna do that one. But anyways, look for that one. Check it out. Anyways, all right, that's the end of this. I'm just going to end it with the CUP outro because that's what this is. So anyways, go fuck yourselves. We'll catch you on the next one. Was the latest episode of the Central Unintelligence Podcast. Don't forget, subscribe and like on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. We're also on Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. Also our website, www.GameRageMagazine.com.